In a world full of followers, some vehicles are just born to lead. They've got a presence that commands respect, not just with their looks, but with the power they've got hiding inside. And in the crowded, often predictable world of seven-seater SUVs, a new contender has just stormed out of the shadows. Not with a whisper, but with a roar. This is a machine built on a foundation of pure, unadulterated capability, designed for people who don't just drive but command the road. Kia has pulled the wraps off the all-new 2026 Mohave, and it projects an image of strength that you just can't ignore. But the real question is, in a time filled with soft-roading crossovers, is this rugged, body-on-frame beast just another SUV, or is it the ultimate symbol of strength out there today? Stick with me, because we're about to find out. For a lot of people, especially in North America, the name Kia immediately brings the Telluride to mind. A runaway success that completely reset the game for three-row family SUVs. It's stylish, it's comfortable, it's packed with tech. But what if I told you that Kia has another, meaner champion in its global lineup? A vehicle that puts raw, get-the-job-done capability above everything else. That vehicle is the Mohave. For years, the Mohave has been a piece of forbidden fruit in many markets, a rugged alternative to the more mainstream Sorento and Telluride. It's a name whispered among off-road junkies and those in the know, a symbol of old-school toughness blended with modern Korean engineering. While the Telluride is built on a car-like unibody platform, the Mohave proudly stands on a robust, truck-based body-on-frame chassis. This isn't just a design choice, it's a mission statement. It signals a deep commitment to durability, to towing muscle, and to that go-anywhere spirit that you just can't fake. The 2026 model is the peak of this philosophy, an aggressive redesign that amps up its legendary off-road chops while taking its luxury and tech to a whole new level. It's not just a facelift. It's a re-engineering aimed squarely at buyers who refuse to choose between a life of adventure and a life of comfort. They want the truck that can crawl over rocks on Saturday and still look good pulling up to a five-star dinner on Sunday. In this review, we're going to break down every piece of this underdog champion. We'll explore its armor, the bold and imposing exterior. We'll step inside the command center to check out its blend of luxury and tech. And most importantly, we'll get to the heart of the beast, the potent V6 turbo diesel and the hardcore 4WD system that give the Mohave its soul. By the end, you'll see why the 2026 Mohave isn't just an alternative. It's a declaration of leadership. If you're going to claim to be a symbol of strength, you'd better look the part. You need presence, the thing you can't measure in horsepower, but you feel in your gut when you see it in your rearview mirror. The 2026 Kia Mohave doesn't just have presence. It has an aura of pure, unapologetic authority. Let's start at the front, because that's where the Mohave makes its biggest statement. The centerpiece is the latest version of Kia's Tiger Nose grille. But here, it's less of a nose and more of a jaw. It's bigger, more upright, and more aggressive than on any other Kia, sending a clear message of rugged confidence. Flanking that grille are some seriously stylish Matrix LED headlights. They have a unique pattern in the daytime running lights, giving the Mohave a futuristic light signature that you'll recognize instantly, day or night. The whole front end is squared off and muscular, a world away from the softer, rounder faces of its competitors. It's a design that says, get out of the way without making a sound. Move to the side, and the Mojave's true nature really shines through. This is where you see those classic body-on-frame SUV proportions. Unlike unibody crossovers that try to hide their height with sloping roofs, the Mohave embraces its tall, boxy shape. The shoulder line is high and ruler straight, creating an impression of length and rock-solid sturdiness. The wheel arches are massive, housing big 20-inch alloy wheels that perfectly fill the space. These aren't just for looks. They scream high ground clearance and a readiness for any terrain. Below the doors, functional side steps are tucked in, a nod to its off-road heritage that also gives you a practical boost into the high cabin. And then there's the rear, which on so many big SUVs can feel like an afterthought. Not here. On the Mohave, it's powerful and modern. The designers created a sense of incredible width, mostly thanks to the new full LED taillights connected by a light bar that spans the entire tailgate. At night, it creates a striking visual and makes the Mohave look wide and planted. The name Mohave is spelled out in big, confident letters right across the center, leaving no doubt what you're looking at. Down below, the bumper integrates twin exhaust tips, adding a final touch of performance styling. When you step back and look at the whole picture, the design philosophy is crystal clear. This isn't a vehicle trying to be everything to everyone. It's not trying to be a sports car or a minivan. From every single angle, it is an authentic, capable, and powerful SUV. It's a suit of armor that's as elegant as it is strong, exuding a powerful vibe that commands respect, whether it's navigating the city or charting a course through the actual desert. Stepping inside the 2026 Kia Mohave is like going from the rugged outdoors into a futuristic command center. Kia has masterfully blended serious luxury, smart technology, and down-to-earth practicality to create a cabin that feels both incredibly capable and ridiculously comfortable. The first thing you notice is the commanding view of the road. That high seating position, a great perk of the body-on-frame design, gives you a sense of authority and fantastic visibility. Your hands fall right onto a thick-rimmed, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and your eyes are immediately pulled to the dashboard's main event, a stunning panoramic screen. This setup seamlessly merges a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with a large central infotainment touchscreen. The driver's display is crisp, clear, and you can customize it to show classic dials, minimalist navigation, or even dedicated off-road info like torque distribution and vehicle lean angles. The infotainment system is the nerve center for everything else, running Kia's latest software with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also controls the premium sound system, likely a high-end setup from a brand like Krell or Lexicon, which turns the cabin into a private concert hall with numerous, strategically placed speakers. But a command center is about more than just screens. It's about the feel, the craftsmanship, and the Mohave really delivers. The cabin is decked out in materials you'd expect to find in a German luxury SUV. The seats are wrapped in soft, quilted Napa leather. Real satin with trim flows across the dash and doors, adding a touch of natural warmth. Soft-touch materials are everywhere, while real metal accents for the air vents and switches feel cool and solid to the touch. The whole vibe is taken up another notch by the multicolor ambient lighting system, letting you change the mood of the cabin from a calm blue to a sporty red. Now, let's talk about comfort, because a command center has to work for the whole crew. The Mohave is a true 7-seater, but it's also available in a 6-seat layout, which is where things get really versatile. That option swaps the second-row bench for 2 individual captain's chairs, giving passengers a first-class experience with tons of room, plus their own climate controls and USB ports. Even the third row is usable for adults on shorter trips, which is a big win. The front seats are heated and ventilated and offer a ton of power adjustments to help any driver find that perfect spot. Storage is everywhere. The center console is deep and has a wireless charging pad. You got huge door pockets and plenty of cup holders. With the third row folded flat, the cargo area is immense. Fold the second row down, and you have a nearly flat floor with enough space for a serious hardware store run or all the gear for a week-long expedition. From the quietness of the cabin to the smart layout of every control, the interior of the 2026 Mohave is a huge success. It proves a rugged SUV doesn't have to compromise on luxury. A true symbol of strength needs a heart to match. Under the hood of the 2026 Kia Mohave lies the heart of a beast, a sophisticated 3.0-liter V6 turbo diesel engine. In a world of shrinking gasoline engines, Kia's decision to stick with a brawny diesel for its top off-roader says a lot. Let's talk numbers, because they're impressive. This engine puts out around 257 horsepower, but that's not the real story. The real story is the torque, a massive 560 newton-meters, or about 413 pound-feet, of twisting force. And you get all of it from just 1,500 RPM. In the real world, that means effortless power right when you need it. From a stop, it gives this big SUV a serious shove. On the highway, it cruises quietly at low revs, but has a deep well of power for safe, decisive overtakes. And when it comes to towing, that low-end grunt means the Mohave will be a formidable hauler, likely improving on the previous generation's capabilities. That powerhouse engine is hooked up to a smooth and intelligent 8-speed automatic transmission. In normal driving, the shifts are practically invisible. But when you put your foot down or hit a tough trail, it responds instantly, always finding the right gear to keep the engine in its power band. Of course, the engine is only half the story. The foundation of the Mojave's competence is its body-on-frame construction. This is the same architecture used in legendary off-roaders and heavy-duty trucks. The Mojave's body is bolted to a separate, incredibly strong steel ladder frame, giving it superior rigidity when the going gets tough. That strength is sent to the ground through a seriously advanced, rear-biased 4x4 system. This isn't a simple AWD system for slick roads. This is a true 4x4 setup built for real work. It features a locking center differential and even a locking rear differential, which forces both rear wheels to turn at the same speed for maximum traction in sand, mud, or on rocks. This is made easy for any driver with a multi-terrain control system. A simple dial lets you choose modes for snow, mud, and sand, and the vehicle adjusts everything automatically to conquer the trail. The suspension is just as smart, featuring an available air suspension system. It can automatically level the vehicle no matter the load, and you can manually raise the Mohave for more ground clearance on trails or lower it for easier entry and loading. Add in electronic aids like downhill brake control, and you've got a vehicle that is supremely competent in pretty much any scenario. The 2026 Mohave has the heart, the bones, and the brains to not just face a challenge, but to dominate it. So, after looking at its armor-like exterior, its high-tech command center, and the beastly heart of its powertrain, let's go back to our original question. Is the 2026 Kia Mohave just another SUV, or is it the ultimate symbol of strength and competence? The answer is, without a doubt, the latter. The Mohave is so much more than just another vehicle. In a market flooded with compromises, it stands as a powerful and defiant statement. It proves that real capability doesn't have to sacrifice luxury, and that true strength doesn't need to shout to be heard. Its strengths are clear. The body-on-frame build provides a toughness its unibody rivals just can't match. The V6 turbo diesel is a masterpiece of torque and refinement, delivering effortless power for towing, hauling, and conquering tough terrain. And the Series 4x4 system with locking differentials gives it the credentials of a true off-road machine. Inside, it legitimately challenges premium brands with its gorgeous digital displays, lavish Nappa leather, and advanced tech. But no vehicle is perfect, and the Mohave isn't for everyone. Its body-on-frame nature, a huge strength, means it might not ride as smoothly on perfect pavement as a Telluride. That mighty V6 diesel won't be winning any fuel economy awards compared to smaller hybrids. And its bold styling might be a bit much for those who prefer to fly under the radar. But that's exactly the point. The Kia Mohave isn't for those who want to blend in. It's not for the driver who just wants an appliance to get from A to B. The 2026 Kia Mohave is for the leader. It's for the family that defines adventure by the uncharted road they take. It's for the person who values substance over style and competence over convenience. It's for the buyer who knows that the Mojave's forbidden fruit status in markets like North America just makes it a more unique and compelling choice. An underdog that over-delivers where it counts. It is the ultimate statement vehicle because it makes a statement of quiet confidence. It doesn't need a boast. Its capability is engineered right into its frame. The 2026 Kia Mohave is, without question, a modern symbol of strength and competence. A vehicle that doesn't just take you on the journey, but empowers you to lead it. We've covered the design, the interior, and the incredible powertrain of this beast. It's clear the 2026 Kia Mohave is a serious contender for anyone who wants real capability wrapped in modern luxury. But now I want to hear from you. Looking at everything this truck offers, the rugged frame, the powerful diesel, the tech-filled interior, do you think the Mohave is the ultimate statement SUV on the market? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Which feature impressed you the most? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't miss what's coming up next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.